All right, y'all. Welcome to the first episode of Gars and Gars. I'm your host, Jesus Niggas, a.k.a. Sherman Webb Middlebrooks, the full-time black man. Follow me at I'm Black Jesus to you, the full-time black man on all social media. This is a Collective Vision production. I'm going to kick it over to the co-host who know the most about the topic we're here to discuss, a man who I trust. Go ahead and talk to him, bro.
Hi, I'm Mingo, the cigar smoking guard. Raymond Mingo. Follow me on Facebook. Raymond Mingo. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
My name Juan Daniel. Facebook, same thing, Juan Daniel.
Word. All right, so go ahead, bro. Mingo, since you the expert,
All right.
and all this, introduce to the people why we decided to do this show, the show topic, and what we're gonna be bringing to the people checking us out over the airwaves.
I wanted to see a podcast about something I do. So I would say, you know what, I smoke cigars and I'm a security guard. So let's put it together, bring it to, and get people interested in cigar smoking and becoming security guards. Because some company needs some help.
No, and for me, man, this is somebody who I've known grammar school and high school.
Yeah.
So I've known this brother a minute. He's always been the same dude, an eccentric individual, and somebody who I'd never mind sitting down and chopping it up with whenever I see him. And I myself enjoy cigars from time to time too. I got an appreciation for security guards, so we figured I'm gonna sit here and be your curious co-host. So I'm gonna be the one asking questions. I'm gonna be the one playing the layman out there in the audience, and Mingo is gonna be guiding us through his security guard journeys and also how to properly smoke these here stogies that we got. So speaking of that, tell them what we got, why we picked it, and how we cut it and why.
Okay, we got the Gilberto Olivia Reserve in torpedo size. This is a new product, which I wanted to give it a try today. And it was, since it was torpedo, meaning it had a tip on it, we used a V cut to cut it, and that's why it has it this cut, and it's gonna give you a better airflow than using a guillotine cut on this. And with a guillotine cut, you are prone to make more mistakes and get more unraveling in your cigar. That's why I prefer a V cut or a punch when it comes to a cigar. And also, since this is a new cigar, a torch won't touch it into a relight if need be. That's why we have cedar planks and wood matches.
My man put me
There's
on.
a whole process to this, and I'm going to show you right now.
Word, break it down, bro. Because I got to duplicate this next, man. Okay. So first you do this, and then you do that. And after you do that, then you do this. Okay.
We can rotate.
Rotate. Okay. That's dope. Okay, pass me the box, bro. Pass me the box of matches. All right. We about to get this here a go. Now, when we was doing the preparation meeting for this joint, I made an attempt to do this. And it was successful. I just don't remember exactly how it went.
About 2 or 3, but then you just want to get a little bit.
Yeah, see, you got me holding.
Yeah.
This like it's I'm already messing up, y'all.
No, you all right.
Okay.
Everybody processes different. I'm going to get to the same answer.
Word, I don't know if you toast cigars, but yeah.
Yeah, you can toast anything. Now,
I don't know.
yeah, the matches was a little. I know they want to embarrass you on camera. Right?
We're gonna, hey. Oh, here we go.
All right, there you go.
All right.
Get a good burn on that.
Hey.
Rotate it.
Getting to the tippy.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now.
I think that'll do.
Yeah, now should I give them the disclaimer?
All right, so now that we got that rolling and go, Jesus Christ. Talk to him, Mingo.
right.
Slap that disclaimer out there. We're going to have to put this in print.
First, before we get started,
That's right.
the views and opinion expressed by me and any of the co-hosts here are ours alone and do not reflect that of any group or organization that we currently work for or have worked for. And that sounds about good to protect everybody legally.
Sound good to me.
I'm going to say some shit.
So let's get to it. Say some shit. So why did you become a security guard? How did you find yourself along this path? But wait, time out. Excuse me out there, y'all. This is episode 1. I can't forget the homie down there on the end. Introduce us to this brother who you got us here along for episode 1.
This is my boy Juan.
Word.
Now, I just met him not too long ago, but shit, I'm going into battle with this man, and I'm gonna tell you why a little later.
Okay, so Juan, talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? How old you are? How long you been a security guard?
My name Juan, 29. I've been a security guard for the better part of, I want to say, 4 years. And then after that, I was, got into a law enforcement a little bit.
Okay.
I think the reason I became a security guard really mostly is because, like I said, I still want to be me, still want to have fun, you know what I'm saying, and show myself. But I think being a security guard and a bodyguard, I just really get to be myself more. So that's why I'm in it.
I dig. So you said you was dabbling with law enforcement, so that was kind of like the distinction for you why you decided to move away from law enforcement. Maybe you felt like you couldn't necessarily be yourself. Do you care to say a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I couldn't really be myself. Like, it was more focused on, I want to serve the people, but I want to serve the people in the street, you know what I'm saying? I want to serve the people that I know. So as far as, if I'm working in a club, for example, I see people I know every day and I'm serving the street, you know what I'm saying? So that's just me.
Word. Appreciate that. So I'm not sure if you let the people know, like, how did you find your way into this?
Actually, just by another guard named Kong.
That's my dog.
Yeah.
That's my dog. Shout out to my dog, Dame. Shout out to my dog, bro.
Kong
That's us all together.
Yeah, that's my dog.
He put me into this, and I'm gonna stay in it.
Word. Okay. I was wondering if you was on his team, and I know I seen you. I don't want to put your business out there, like where you work at and all that stuff, but I think I seen you at one of the establishments a couple weeks ago when I had walked in. But it might have been Thursday. When I had walked in, it was a real significant establishment in our community. One that makes us recognize the importance of security guards. But yeah, I don't want to put your business out there if you don't want to. But I thought that you looked familiar when I walked into that store, bro. Yeah, that was you.
It is.
Okay, cool.
We all know Buffalo's small. Everybody
That's a fact.
knows somebody some way.
That's a fact.
That's why you gotta be careful who you talk about. Not unless you don't care. I'm gonna talk that shit.
Word. Okay, so speaking of that, talk your shit, bro.
All right.
So security for you. Yeah. Why did you become a security guard? What keeps you in the field of security?
Well, my homeboy was a security guard. He's like, "Yo, come become a security guard with me." I kept pushing Raw for years. Then I just did it not too long ago. Got my guard card. Then got my pistol permit. Then did the 47-hour course. Became an armed guard. And shoot, it's good money in it. It's fun. I'm outside and making money, and I'm keeping people safe.
Word.
And also, there's significant eye candy in the city of Buffalo.
Oh Lord.
To all you pretty women.
Oh Lord. So talk about that. So what are some of like those perks and fringe benefits of being a security guard, fellas?
Oh shoot, listen.
The best benefits. Who want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll handle this. So, most of the time, women love a man in uniform, no matter what you got on.
Okay.
And you got on a security uniform with some handcuffs, then you find out, ooh, I want to be handcuffed. I'm like, ooh, you sound like you got some daddy issues. I hope you do, because I'm about to put you on the team.
Oh damn.
And that's why we disclaimer.
That's exactly why we slapped that disclaimer out there. So talk to us, Juan.
I think I sit back and watch, man. I got to keep it professional. You know what I'm saying? I can't be out here trying to talk to everybody. I got to focus on my job. But I do, I might take a few numbers or something, but I still keep it professional. I don't get to speaking too much.
So how do you handle that balance though of like doing your job but also being yourself and being a human? You got eyes, you know what
You
be
just
going
look at a
on.
little something. You
Yeah,
feel
you
me?
Know, you can look, but
You just
definitely
look.
do not touch. Because if
Don't
you
touch.
you will get me too'd. All right, but you gotta be careful because sometimes, not okay. When I mean sometimes, you passing everybody through. All right, go ahead. Oh, ma'am, you let me see you. But then it'd be a stud. No offense to the LGBTQ community. Did I get all the letters?
None taken.
All right, but no offense to
You forgot the IA
Oh.
and the A because I'm an ally to the
Oh,
community.
yeah,
So
and
don't
the
be
ally, yeah.
talking crazy about my friends and shit.
No, listen, they my friends too. I love
Okay,
them.
go ahead,
They know
continue.
how to throw a party, but
That's true.
But yeah, but the studs come by, and depending on the haircut, they're looking like Jadakiss. No offense to Jadakiss or anybody else, but it's like you actually frisk them. Like,
Or a little Boosie.
yeah, you like, oh wait a minute, that is a woman right there. Then you gotta let them go because you cannot touch a female
Oh, yeah.
if you are a male
That's a
security
fact.
officer. That's why we do need female security officers with us at times.
That's true.
They can check a female because a female could be just as dangerous as a male in this profession.
That's a fact.
And cause shoot, every time working, if I see a woman with pepper spray, or no, if I see a person with pepper spray, don't want to offend anybody.
A human,
Yeah,
a person.
yeah, whatever you identify as. With
Correct.
pepper spray, I'm like, let me take that from you. I give it back to you at the end of the night, and I will walk you outside the building with that because pepper spray will clear out a building, and it's gonna ruin your day. It's gonna ruin my day and your day because I might have to pop you one time.
Everybody there with the pepper spray.
Because everybody gonna be trampled.
And ain't nobody gonna be able to see nothing. I didn't see nothing. I was pepper sprayed.
Exactly.
I don't know who popped who.
I know.
You shouldn't have pepper sprayed people, and maybe you would have had a witness.
Like, you can't go
This
around
is you.
popping people.
Go around.
You must.
You also can't go around pepper spraying motherfuckers either.
Exactly. Because technically, you pepper spray someone, you are supposed to give medical attention. And if I was to discharge my firearm, it must be in accordance of Article 35 because that is the rule that governs security officers, which are a different set of rules than actual law enforcement police officers. I have to be in an immediate threat, and I have no chance of retreating, and I have to use acceptable force. Acceptable force, right? Acceptable force in the use of my firearm. You just can't go shooting everybody all willy nilly like you want to. This ain't the old west.
You want to?
What? I mean, not like you want to. You don't want to shoot anyone because there's a lot of paperwork, and you don't want to.
So not because of the morality of the shit, but because of the
Paperwork.
the time consuming paperwork.
Speaking of morality, when I was trained, I'm not going to say where or who trained me. They said, if you are scared to fire a weapon or there's a chance of taking human life, you are in the wrong profession. I don't want to have to take a human life.
That's true. I don't want my security guard scared of shit.
But it is a acceptable nature of the job. Okay? That's like a surgeon or a medical doctor. They scared of blood, but how you a doctor? You scared of blood?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, that make no
You
sense.
can't be scared, but I don't want to have to take human life unnecessarily or even necessarily. I wish there's ways we can talk you down and de-escalate the situation, but there are some times where words fail.
Yeah. How you feel about that one?
I think it's
Story time.
I think for the guards, I think for the guards of the whole con group, I think I done got into the most for 2022. And I've been in shootouts. I've been in 2 shootouts.
Damn.
And I definitely done shot back, not saying nothing, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Then
but-
your rights.
But that's in self-defense, of course.
Thank
you know what
God you
I'm
still here.
saying? Yeah. But this, like he said, you know, this profession is
Fuck them if they not.
But you know, if you ain't with it, then this ain't the job for you, because this right here will get you killed real quick. So
Word.
What
Yeah.
did 50 Cent say? Love will get you killed, and so will fear. You can't be scared. It's like working with animals almost. Okay, if you go into a lion pit, don't be scared. You got to be like Daniel in this shit.
So, like, how do you stay focused all day, like, on the job? Like, I imagine, like, after a while, like, well, not even after a while, I imagine you can't just, like, walk in on edge. I imagine you're not like, always on 10. If you are, doesn't that, like, burn you out? So, how do you know when to turn it on, when to turn it off?
I think it depends on where you're working. Like, you know, for example, we work at a supermarket that's real known, that's just known for a lot of things happening. And so an example of that is just a lot that goes on. So if you want to, sometimes you can sit and relax, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you got to keep your eyes open. If I'm working at a club, I'm going to keep my eyes open. I'm going to keep them open sharp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you at a club, that is head on a swivel, and everyone is an op to you. No matter how cool they are, and you must search everybody. We will search hats, purse. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. We going to search your hat. I don't care. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to take off your hat. Purses, I will not look in, but I'm going to flash a light in a female purse, and we will thoroughly pat down the male. Okay?
Okay.
Because we are going to make sure. I'm going home tonight.
No, that's right.
And the goal is to go home with with the same amount of bullets I left with.
That's right. And the people who I came with. Mm-hmm. And the people who I came with.
Not unless they get arrested on some dumb shit, but that's on them. Like Dave Chappelle says, sprinkle the crack on them.
You stupid. Sprinkled. So speaking of that, what's like your go-to for handling like a difficult situation? Say like, if you at a club and somebody trying to get in, but they ain't got the right ID or they ain't got the money and they trying to.
Oh, that's easy. But hey, you can't get in. Back up for a minute.
How do you handle threats?
Easy. What you want to do?
I think like we done had situations where somebody come in, with a 30-round clip, switch on it.
Extremely illegal in New York State.
Yeah, and and they have an ankle monitor on to say they got a pistol permit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So how we handle that, is you got a choice. You either gonna get out, and if you want to come in here and act a fool, you're gonna fill off 15. That's just what it's gonna be. But as far as I believe in knocking niggas out. That's just how I go.
Amen. Start there first.
You would definitely get your ass whooped coming in our club. You know what I'm saying? So
start there first.
Yeah, I'll start there first.
Right.
And it ain't gonna be no fair ones. The security guards I work with, we have
never a fair ones for security.
Yeah, and
you a fool if you expect that.
And especially the security guards I work with, we got the crew of a night shift Waffle House. Okay, do not mess with us.
If you take your dumb ass somewhere, act stupid, and you get into it with security, and you think it's just that security guard, and it's gonna be a fair one, you deserve whatever the fuck you got coming to you, cause it's coming. It's coming. Okay. So differentiate a little bit between working for working independently, like for yourself, but also working for agencies.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Is you're gonna have a clear set of post orders, and there's a whole hierarchy of things you have to do while you're there. Like make sure, especially with a post order, you gotta follow everything in that post order because that can get you removed from the site or possibly fired.
What's a post order again?
A post order is basically the general set of standing orders security guards have to follow that when we get to a location and start a new place. Some rules is okay. They make sense. Other rules, it makes sense from a whole legal liability and how to make sure everybody's protected for liabilities and lawsuits. Because as a security guard, I'm only protected criminally. But civilly I can be charged for anything. But criminal charges, as long as I'm in my duty and scope of work, I won't be charged criminally because I would work in accordance of the rules and laws set forth. But I still can be charged criminally.
Okay.
I think working for an agency, it's more safe to work for an agency.
Yes, it is.
When you work independent, man, sometimes I carry 3 guns on me with an AR pistol in my trunk, man.
Because you got to.
It get dangerous. So the agency is always safer, but like I said, with pay more, these clubs out here paying anywhere from $30, sometimes $50, and even higher, so. Ain't nobody else gonna pay us like that, so
okay.
That's why we work independent.
And then you go into the realm of bodyguard work. That's
right.
A whole different animal and beast in itself.
Okay, so explain a little bit about that to the people.
basically, if someone hired me to be their bodyguard, I'm their shadow. Nothing's gonna touch them. Nobody's gonna get close to them, and I'm on them. I don't care about a building or anything like that. My only objective with a bodyguard and a client is I'm getting you home safely. That's it. What I have to do is whatever I have to do to get you home safely, which be it I'm knocking you out, I'm gonna have to shoot you, whatever. But my client is going home safely, cause that I gotta protect the bag. Everybody says protect your bag. That is actually protecting your paycheck. They won't get so much as a hangnail with me.
I feel you. How you feel?
Bodyguard work, it's nice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's fun though.
It's fun. It pay nice. I think when I'm a bodyguard, actually, you know, it's a different environment. It's not something I really like to get into. Like I said, I like the clubs, I like the hype, you know. But bodyguard work definitely. When I say it pay different, it pay different.
So like, what's the difference? Would you say?
I mean, like you could be working anywhere from $30 to $100 an hour. Like, you know, ain't nobody gonna pay us like that. We ain't had to sit in school for 10 years and all this bullshit. All we had to do was go take a 47-hour course, and some of us, you know, did the police academy or whatever. But that's it. None of us. We don't gotta, you know, do all the extra. You know what I'm saying? So
And be willing to clap a motherfucker.
yeah, and be willing.
And also get clapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that bullets fly both ways sometimes.
Definitely get hit.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me think. What else? Anything else that you want to talk about? Bring up?
Let's see. The club is nice, so is the bodyguard work. But being a bodyguard is I better be able to afford steak at the end of the night and not no bologna or potted meat. That's all I'm saying, because I'm taking on a lot more liability as a bodyguard, because I have to answer for every shot fired if that situation requires that.
Okay.
Because if you're lucky, maybe your client will pay the legal fees, but there's gonna be some legal fees, and then you have to turn in your firearm because you discharged your weapon, and the police are gonna be involved regardless. These guns are legal. You just can't shoot somebody and throw it down like the movies. Yeah. Okay.
So, before I jump into my next question, let's build on that. So, like, a lot of people do think life is like the movies or like the TV shows and video games that they play and watch. Explain a little bit about the process of when you actually let that legally licensed firearm go. When you fire that legal shot, what come with that?
Okay, that legal shot. First off, were you in accordance of Article 35? Were you protecting others? Did you have a chance to retreat?
But let's say that you was, though. Let's say that you was within your rights. What happens after that if you within your rights?
All right, if you're in your rights and it was a clean, legitimate shot, there won't be a criminal charge. But the family of the victim you shot, they can try and sue you civilly, and you get a civil lawsuit.
It depends.
But it depends.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's
Yeah.
more you.
I've been into, like I said, I could touch on that. I've been into 2 shootouts. Now I got a different status than a security guard. I'm not gonna speak on that. But so when I fire off, for a security guard, their gun gets taken, examined, and they won't get their gun back for a certain amount of time. When I get my gun, I don't get my gun took. It's kind of like like I said, an internal affairs review, and that's just it. You know, the good thing is I can't be sued. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, if you got hit, you got hit, and it was for a reason.
I'm about to hire this brother. You should too. Word. Oh, okay. So at this point in time, I want to jump back to these Gars. We done spent a lot of time talking about the guard portion of the show. So can you discuss some of like the misconceptions that folks may have about cigar smokers? Like what, like even for my brother down there at the end who doesn't indulge, can you kind of explain to him a little bit about what the experience is like?
So the experience of smoking a cigar, and especially a good cigar. If you had a stressful day, you light this shit up, Smoke it, blow it out, but don't inhale. It's not weed. But blow it out, taste it, blow. But I'm not just blowing out nicotine and tobacco. Well, tobacco. Cigars don't contain nicotine; they contain tobacco, which is also a misconception. But I'm blowing out the stress of a long day when I smoke a cigar. This is my yoga, like Steve Harvey said. This is cigar yoga right here.
How do you feel about that as a non-cigar smoker?
I might have to give it a try one of these days. I just, I don't like what it costs. That cost ain't even funny.
I feel you. Talk a little bit about the cost and like the value in a cigar, and how do you think cigars actually have their value and how they get priced on the market?
Well, this price of the tobacco is they're actually getting imported. These aren't made at the Dutch Master factory down in Virginia. This is coming from the Dominican Republic.
Bro, my backwoods say made in Dominican Republic on the back of them joints.
Backwood is owned by a different company.
They owned by Swishers.
Swisher Sweet. Shout out to Swisher Sweets because I used to smoke those back in the day.
Oh, okay. All right.
Shit. Hell,
Fuck that. I didn't mean to give Backwoods a free commercial. Fuck them. Cut the check.
Yeah, but the prices depend on the brand name, how long it was aged, the size of your cigar, where it come from. And also people always be like, you smoke a cigar, everybody be like, oh, it's a Cuban. Most Cuban cigars are overrated, and depending on where you get it from, it's a knockoff. And there's many ways to tell the difference, but especially by a Cohiba, because Cohiba has two different brands, Dominican brand and the Cuban brand. The bands are completely different, but also you go to tourist destinations, there's knockoffs. Like you're gonna see different variations in the labels, everything, and also if they selling them by the box. If it says Cuban cigar on it and it comes in a glass top,
Sound cheap.
and if it comes in a glass top box instead of a solid cedar wood, that's already a knockoff there. So you don't know what you're getting. You might get floral clip-ins. I mean, but you always can roll the dice. You might get a good knockoff Cuban cigar, but a real one can tell the difference because really the only difference between the Cuban cigar and the Dominican is everything is made in Cuba. It's grown in Cuba. The seed is grown in Cuba. The soil was grown in Cuba. And
You grow soil?
You know,
I'm fucking with you.
You grow soil? So you grow anything.
Probably can, shit.
Listen, hell, give me a 3D printer. I bet you I can make some shit up.
Okay, so basically, it's nothing real special about a Cuban cigar besides the fact that like we wasn't supposed to get them in America for a bunch of years because of that embargo shit.
Yeah, the embargo because of Fidel Castro and everything. But fun fact, right before the embargo started, John F. Kennedy, he put a couple boxes of Cuban cigars away. So he was still smoking his cigars after the embargo happened because he knew what was about to happen.
Damn, that's cold-blooded.
R.I.P. to JFK, one of the best presidents to ever do it. I mean, I ain't like the way.
Are we sure about that? I wasn't even thought of. My mom was like 4.
Well, my grandma's 92. She said
Okay.
JFK was the man.
Well, she was there and I wasn't, so
She was there.
we gonna
There
go
for a
with
lot of presidents.
what she said there.
I ain't like what they did to Marilyn Monroe, but she was in rooms she shouldn't have been in rooms. But that's not here right there.
Okay, cool. So again, keeping just with the idea of the brother Juan being here, and he said that he's not necessarily against cigars. He might one day indulge himself.
Recommend.
That was what I was about to ask you. What are some tips for beginners and people who might be wanting to explore the world of cigars?
Well, it's like most things. Do it on a full stomach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Oh, because your first time with a cigar, this is pure tobacco, not nicotine. You will get a stomachache. My first cigar, I was about a week after my 18th birthday, smoking with my uncle. He told me, don't smoke the whole thing. I'm like, man, I smoke weed all the time because, you 18, you invincible, right? So I smoked it.
That's a fact.
I got all the way to the end, right? I felt like king of the world. I'll go outside. I'm feeling good because you get a real high your first time. I'm throwing up on the side of my balcony, and then he come out the cut like, I told you so.
And we're back from break, folks. Cigars still going, conversation still rolling. But yeah, we want to chop it up with my man Juan one last time. Let folks know like your overall goal and mission for yourself as a person and as a brand. If you got any other personal brands that you promoting or projects that you working on, please share with the folks out there.
I got like a security company coming up. Recently, I just got licensed as a New York State security guard instructor. So I'm gonna be focused more on bodyguard work, club work, and I got something in the mix. And like I said, it was nice seeing y'all. Yeah, that's it.
Word. So whenever you ready for that first cigar, make sure me and Mingo around with you, bro. And make sure that you follow this brother. Like, share, subscribe, whatever he got going on social media. And if you're going out somewhere and you try and make it back home to your family, he's somebody whose number should be in your contact list. You feel me? So let the folks know one more time where they can find you at.
You can find me Juan Daniel on Facebook, WUAN Daniel. I'm gonna put my business phone number out there.
Of course.
716-461-9701. And yeah, that's it.
Word. Appreciate you, good brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Word. Cool. All right. So Mingo, man. Let's chop it up a little bit with the folks, man. So me and you, bro, we go back, like we said, to grammar school and high school, man. It's been a minute, though, since we've been able to kick it in school. So how's life been for you, bro? Talk to the people.
Life been life. Up, down, got married, got divorced.
Okay.
You know, got sick, got better.
Okay. What was that? What was that marriage and divorce thing like?
Oh man, the marriage, you know, it was beautiful at first.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
eating like Bill Burr once said, marriage is like a slushie. It's good in the beginning, but at the end you gotta poke it and everything and try and get the good part. You get gasping at straws. But what you want in a successful marriage, you want to stay right in that middle part of a slushie where it's all good until one of you die. But it don't always get like that.
It don't always get like that,
But I'm
brother.
gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right the second time.
Okay. So you ain't the only brother out there to have loved and lost and married and divorced. So what's the primary lesson that you feel like you learned about yourself in the marriage and divorce process? What'd you learn about yourself?
In the marriage, maybe I wasn't always right, but also I wasn't always wrong either.
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Because sometimes you know you were right. You was 100% right. But you make your woman mad, she will second guess you. You lose all authority in your house. So therefore, she will second guess you. And then she'll find out you were right the whole time. I still get phone calls every once in a while saying, you know you were right. I'm like, I know. But it's okay. We learn. We still cool.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know if we send each other Christmas cards cool, but you know.
Y'all don't hate each other. But that kind of reminds me of the principle that I always say, like, you can be like right and still lose. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can be wrong and still win. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about what you want. Do you want to win or do you want to be right? Do you want to lose or do you want to win? You know what I'm saying? So just figure out what it is that you want. And then do that. Just know that, like, when you decide, like, that you want to pick this battle to die on with whoever you arguing or debating with, just know that you made the conscious choice to die on this hill because you decided to be right, even though you still might lose. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, man. So, anything else that you want to talk to the folks about this podcast that we got going? Let me see that torch boy real quick.
That's the Zippo.
Yeah, so again, talk to the goal of this podcast and some of the folks can expect to see on this platform with us that we building.
All right, we gonna be talking about cigars, security guard stuff, our day to day, our overall, the state rules, and we gonna talk about some guns, gun safety, gun maintenance, the difference in guns, the difference in bullets. And everything, because you had to be careful with what type of bullets you use.
Word. Okay. So speaking of that, real quick, what was your day like today as a security guard? What was the highlight of your day today?
I made it home safely without having to do an incident report. That was today's goal.
That's perspective, like a motherfucker. I can appreciate that. That's good perspective.
It was an easy day. No, all the customers acted right. Didn't have to call for further assistance or guidance in any situation. Everything went smooth, which was a good day. Boring is good. Quiet
Word.
is good.
Yeah, I can imagine that it is. Cool. All right, brother. So everybody out there, y'all definitely know we're gonna have some more Gars and guard talk for y'all. But we want to go ahead and bring on our next guest. So we're gonna take another pause for the cause, pay some more of these bills while y'all chill, and bring on our next guest. It's good, y'all. We back at it again with a brand new friend. So you know it's me and Mingo, but we got somebody else on the panel with us. You want to introduce yourself to the Gars and Guards community?
Okay, I'm Dwayne Landers. Okay, work at WUFO Radio.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Cool. So if you work at WUFO Radio, that means you're into media and stuff. How did you get in to what you do there at WUFO?
Ironically, I started out in high school.
Okay.
It was a program called the Executive Internship Program, and I just stuck with it. And it kind of took me all over the country working.
Wow, that's dope. So we located here at Buffalo Cigars. So you don't got your stove with you right now, but I take it that you grabbed yourself one. So what was the cigar today? Why'd you pick it, and what was it like for you?
The Joya D, which is like a cigar of the month here.
Okay.
Okay, and I picked it just trying it, just something different.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Okay.
It was good.
Was it like mild, or how else would you describe it?
Was it medium, full?
Yeah.
Well, the way I would describe it is this: it was it was a mild smoke, but it was a very good smoke. It has a little bit of flavor to it, but just enough, not overbearing or anything like that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
Well, actually, I would rate it about 8.
Ooh, okay, 8. So, I'm sorry, you kind of answered my next question. Would you recommend it to somebody?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool. So, how did you get into cigar and smoking? And what purpose does smoking cigars kind of do for you?
Well, for me, the way that I got into it was a client of the station.
Okay.
So I just kind of went down there one day with one of the salespeople.
Okay.
And the spot that I was in, I found out that I grew up with a lot of these people.
Gotcha.
And so, I got in there and I actually tried the cigar. I had smoked before, but never like I do now. Okay. I enjoyed it. And, I found it to be relaxing. I found the conversation that cigar smoking is not like how people think. Okay. You smoke it, you relax, and it's kind of like going to a baseball game. Okay?
Good analogy.
When you go to a baseball game, not that I'm not a major baseball fan, but going to the game is totally different. You go, the action is a little slower, okay? And it's mostly conversations that go on during baseball games. And that's why a lot of people will take their sons and daughters, okay, to the games because they get a chance to kind of know their surrounding and what's around them. And cigar smoking is kind of the same thing. You kind of sit there and you kind of see what the inner workings of certain people. You learn people. And I really felt that, and I said, this is cool.
Yeah, that's a tremendous analogy and picture that you painted for me as an avid baseball fan myself. And after having gone to my first baseball game this past September with my dad, my goddad, and my uncle, it was a lot of what you just said at the game, just that sitting and talking and being able to pass the time. But having a little bit of excitement and something to kind of go on in the background. So like the
Exactly.
cigar was kind of like the background. Yeah, I dig that. Mingo, you got some questions for Brother Dwayne?
What's your all-time favorite cigar? That if it's very, that's the one you're gonna grab out of everything else.
You know something, like I say, I'm relatively new to it, and so I haven't had a chance to really try. But one that I did like was Project 40.
Okay.
So I like that one.
Where can you pick that up at?
Here.
Okay, we might have to check out Project 40 on episode 2.
Yeah, that might be one of the recommendations.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. All right. So how? I guess my last question is, well, probably compound question. So how often do you get to enjoy cigars? And who would you recommend this kind of, I don't know, activity to?
Honestly, I done got to the point now. I'll probably go every other day.
Okay.
You know, you get off of work for me, and I just go in there and just cool out and check out the camaraderie of what's going on in the place. And like I say, I enjoy that. Every now and then you'll see somebody new come in, and when you see them, you're happy to see them. And you answered probably the second part of your question. I would even recommend it to more women. Okay.
I brought my daughter's mom here a few times.
Yeah, I would recommend it to more women because the conversation does change when it's all men in the shop. But it does. It's more fun. It's more fun. And I think, at least the times that I've seen women come into the spot, they take a different attitude
That's a fact.
about how they smoke than men.
I agree.
Yes, they do.
I agree.
So I kind of enjoy that. So I would love to see more women come in, and not just because of smoke the cigar, just more women in general.
Right. And going back to your point too, what Mingo was saying earlier, like who doesn't like looking at women? We enjoy
Exactly.
God's finest creation. But also, they definitely changed the conversation, and we get to, like you were saying too, pick their brains just a little bit in a different kind of atmosphere, in a different kind of way, without pressures or assumptions and things.
Exactly. And I think that, you'll find that women will have a tendency to pick more flavors. Okay, because.
Not all the time, though.
But, and you're right.
Because
You're
I know-
right. You're right.
I know one woman. She smoked man cigars. Like,
What's a man cigar, bro? What's a man cigar? Man cigars.
Ones like Diesel, the Olivias, some heavy stuff, and I know some men who only smoke flavored cigars.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like,
Right.
If it's a new cigar out or something, I'm gonna ask this woman first, and then be like, hey, how you like it? Like, we traded some good cigars over the years, cause on my cigar journey, I've been smoking since 2007. So I go to any cigar shop in Buffalo, I'm shaking hands with people who've seen me from full head of hair to no hair now. Okay? And I'm going to ask them what they smoking on and everything like that. But this woman we're talking about, she smoked some strong cigars.
Okay, I see we got another recommendation going on in the background. What we got there, brother, if you don't mind being on camera?
The brick.
Called a brick.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good one, too.
Okay, that's good bang for the buck. Okay, so we getting all kinds of recommendations here at Buffalo Cigars, man. But Brother Dwayne, we definitely appreciate your time.
Okay,
Mingo,
thank
I think,
you. Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. I think, Mingo, we going to go ahead and wrap up. Get on up out of here. Anything you want to say to the people to close out episode 1, brother?
Thank you for watching. I hope to see y'all next week.
Or make sure y'all follow us, like, share, subscribe to the Gars and Gars. I'm spinning. I can't even talk. That's how good the name is. You know what I'm saying? And also watch out for your girl, because I might hit it with that a little bit later. Don't be a hater. Make sure y'all follow, like, share, and subscribe to the Gars and Guards podcast. Say that 5 times fast. This is a Collective Vision production. Like, share, subscribe.